Hello everyone, my name is Ravneet Kaur and I come from India. I'm an advocate by profession. I completed my law in 2018 and after that I have also done my master's in law and my thesis topic was acid attacks in India, specifically to the area of Punjab. So basically I'm working under some senior advocate and my senior advocate takes civil as well as criminal matters, but mostly they are related to constitutional writs. Along with practicing my law field subject as an advocate, I was also pursuing my master's and my thesis work was related to acid attack victims. We can see nowadays how India has been going through rough things, and although we imbibe the feature of secularism, which means that secularism doesn't mean that we have all religions, but it specifically means we are free to follow any religion of our wish, of our own choice. But I don't think so. India is now more secular because I can see a lot of cases which are specifically designed and which specifically point towards the people who are dragging about their religion and so on things. Recently, the last week, there was a case law in India. A person was taken into imprisonment because he was carrying flickers in a newspaper and there was an article related to religious gods. So he was banned because he was using he was using that piece of paper with the holy article. So I don't think so any person should be behind the bars for this reason. We talk about secularism, democratic things, but I don't see such things anymore in India when it comes to practical things. I think crime is everywhere in the society. No matter how civilized a society can be, crime is in the roots of that society. And when I talk about gender-specific offences, I think they are the most heinous offences in the society. So acid attack is one of that crime which is tangled in the society since long. And when I talk about acid attack, I simply means that any person can come and which would be called as perpetrator. He can throw an acid onto or any part or body of the victim. This victim can be girl or the boy, but the reason why again and again I'm saying it as a gender specific offense is because through my research conducted from the year 2014 to 2020, I came to know the maximum victims of this offense were women. So I think it is one of the most barbarous acts in the society. Well, it is really hard to read the psychology of criminals, but I think the major reason is the easy availability of acid in the markets. This is the reason why still the offense is being committed in the society, and I feel so pity because when we talk about face, I think face is one of the most precious thing a girl can possess. No matter if she is having a big nose like me or bad eyes, but I think face is the most important identity of a person, be it a girl, be it a boy. So I think this is one of the most heinous crime one can committed. Being a person living in a society, not only as an advocate, I really don't know how people have that courage, how they carry that courage to throw that acid on anyone. Maybe I am more connected to acid attack victims, and maybe because I have got a chance to interview these victims, it was so hard for me sometimes while interviewing, and I really feel thankful to my guide because she was there with me. I think while even interviewing, sometimes I used to be numb. I didn't know what other questions should I ask. They used to start crying. if you're talking about a relationship between perpetrator and victim, the criminal and victim, there was one thing I was sure after my thesis, after my research work. So every time the perpetrator was known to the victim. So it couldn't have been a person randomly or stranger coming and throwing acid on anyone. No, it was basically a revenge or personal issue behind these attacks. I think this was the common thing which was studied in 98% of my case laws. And it is not only that it is a boyfriend or girlfriend or a wife or husband, it could have been anyone. In fact, I remember in one of my case law, there was a brother-in-law who threw acid on his brother's wife. So I think, yes, it could be any relation, but there has to be a relationship between both of them. Because this is a crime where a perpetrator has a reason to do it. 60% of my victims were female and 30% were males. 10% were unidentified. They didn't disclose their gender. So we have a separate organization which is named as Dialogue Highway. And usually there are a lot of things which we do in Dialogue Highway, but majorly we have an international conference on the Himalayas, because I think Himalayas are affecting 20% of world population. The conference is not only limited for the audience or for awareing other people, but we sometimes organize seminars for ourselves. For example, I'm from advocacy profession, so I might organize a seminar related to it for other members who might be an economist or who might be a businessman. So we believe in educating each other. And how we are here in France, we have a similar thing. We have this organization called as Dialogue on Humanity. So here people do exchange dialogues for humanity, for whatever problems they face and how they want to improve the world, how they want to make this world a better place. So I think the one word, the dialogue in both these independent organizations brings us together, and via that we are here. And this is my second time in France, and this year we were here for discussing the farmers' protest in India, which was the largest protest in Indian human history.